we've often heard that love and fear is part of the same picture, part of the same energy. Um, and then there's this thing that says, whatever is not of love is of fear, and those are the only two emotions in the universe. It's a bit more complex than that. It's very true, but if you scratch the surface, it's something that's very individual. It's um, it's very tailor made to every person's experience. Do you um, do you fear something? In other words, do you feel repulsed by it? Are you afraid of it because it's gonna heal you or it's gonna kill you? Um, on the other hand, are you afraid of love? So when we look at the opposite of fear, we say that's love. And so my question is, do you shy away from love or do you open to it? We generally tend to shy away from it because it's a very strong feeling. Love is it's more than just a feeling. It really is it's an opening up. It's a being vulnerable. It's a saying yes to life. It's saying yes to feelings, which is sometimes uncomfortable. um, we're not always accustomed to having our feelings sit around us, all of our feelings. We may be selective and say, no, I choose joy, I choose peace, I choose ease. Um, but there's other ones um, of hatred or disgust or anxiety. We kind of try and push those away, but yet we also know that the harder we push those away, the more they stay or the more they come back. So that's not really a solution. But in general, we are afraid to feel all of our feelings. And that's also not a bad thing because sometimes your nervous system just needs a rest. You just need to like say, okay, I'm willing to willing to deal with these feelings as individuals. Otherwise, they can be a crowd. So if you compare them to humans and they're actually visitors, you would say, okay, I'm not willing to put up with a whole crowd today. I'm willing to look at anxiety, or I'm willing to give anxiety space in my house, so that we can look at each other, we can negotiate something. Um, so in the same way with love, we we tend to just put flowers and pink edges around this thing called love. But love is such a complex state because there's different types of love. There's love that actually grows you. There's loves that discipline you. There's love um, that comforts you, that keeps you warm. There's also love that makes you feel at one with yourself, or at home with yourself, and at home with others around you. So we generally project love onto others. We say I love you, and they say they love us back, and that's where we kind of demarcate those feelings of these are the good ones. They keep me safe. They keep me cuddly. They keep me warm. Um, they help me stay in my illusions of what I think love is or ought to be. They help keep my expectations afloat. Um, and if my expectations are not met, it's kind of, does love really exist here? So we're projecting all sorts of things onto this word love, but love is multifaceted like fear. Um, so the feelings of love that we may shy away from is the ones that says, look a little bit deeper here. have you got expectations with others? Is it, um, are there needs that you're trying to get them to meet and using tactics or strategies that's actually not constructive, that is self-centered? Do you want to stay comfortable in your bubble, or do you want to grow? That's really what it comes down to. So the word love for us, again, we painted it a million beautiful rainbow colors, but actually, what about the deeper nuances? What about brown? What about the gray? What about the black? The deep blue? The things that really feel like they pull us down, they don't lift us up. These are difficult areas to traverse. So it's not always welcome to welcome the whole, again, the whole crowd of this thing called love, all of our loves and all the different facets of love. We need to work with one individual maybe a day and say, well, okay, I'm willing to be with the warmth of love, because that's obviously what I need. Um, that's what my inner child needs. Um, and I'm willing to look at what are some of my expectations, what are some of my unmet needs that I'm projecting onto other people, or specifically onto my partner. What is it how is it that I want them to be in the world, so that I can call it love, so it fits into my little love bubble. So looking at those expectations, that'll be one way of saying, okay, love, I'm letting you in a bit deeper here. Can you show me what I need to change, my expectations? How can I bring my expectation levels down? How can I get off my high pedestal? How can I meet some of my own needs in terms of the things that I want my partner to do, but I'm actually too lazy to do it myself, or I'm too afraid, I'm feeling too afraid to actually love myself, or to go out and look for friends. Am I projecting all my friendship onto one partner and wanting her or him to meet all those needs? And that's not a healthy thing to do. It's not healthy to make one person your alpha and omega, and to make them your universe. So we do need other people. We are a tribal people. We are a community, um, of soul parts within ourselves. We're not just we're not just duplicating another and living in their shadow and making them our universe. Our teacher, our mother, our father, our husband, our wife, our psychologist, or whatever. We're projecting onto that one person. Not good. Um, so coming back to the subject of love and fear, for me the opposite of fear is actually fear. The opposite of love is love. And they really part and parcel of the same thing. So why I'm saying fear is the opposite of fear is love. What we usually see as the opposite of fear, which is that good opening, warmth, um, happiness feeling, is actually a lot of it is hiding fears. It's just another way of hiding fears and hiding behind something else that will stop us from facing and from looking at our fears. So again, will you meet all my needs? And I'm happy to tell you that I love you, and you always tell me that you love me. So now can we keep this bubble so I don't have to look at what's behind door number 1 or door number 3 or door number 7. Um, so the heart is multifaceted. If you look at the heart, it's got 4 chambers. It means it's not just one chamber, and it's got a pump, and then it's this organ, it's this pulsing organ. The heart is actually H-shaped, and it's got 4 chambers inside, and this H-shaped muscle really contracts. It's like a spring that opens and closes. Um, so the same way love or the emotional body, it's got many aspects. It's got more than one face. And this face is what we show to the world, is what there's another face we show to ourselves. There's another face that we show intimately to the world, only when we feel safe with the world. And there's another part that we show to ourselves when we feel safe with ourselves. Um, and the other organ we associate usually with love is how we think, right? So the um, the brain is part of it. We think a certain way, and that makes us lovable, or that makes another person lovable in our eyes. The other the other sense organ we've got is the gut, and um, I don't know if there's much of a semblance of a heart shape in the gut or in the brain for that matter. The brain has got two lobes, so it's I suppose if you turn the heart on its side, it's kind of like a brain. Um, the gut, it's a configuration of things. It's a large intestine, the small intestines, it's our stomach. It's really it's the liver, the pancreas, the spleen, the kidneys, all of the above. But what we usually associate with the gut is also our gut instinct. And do we trust somebody? No. Do we trust them? Yes. Do do you find resonance? Yes. Do you find dissonance? Hmm, on that area, but not these areas. So these are really the three sense organs, and we usually configure this thing of love and fear around those organs. Um, so our aura really takes the shape of these organs or these things. So we often we say that the aura is this it's this round little halo, around us, or this rainbow body. But actually, if you examine closer, it can take the shape of the heart or the brain or the gut, you know, something like this, but in the shape of a donut. So we are the center. The energy comes spewing out the top of our heads. It goes around our body and it exits. It enters again through the bottom. Maybe it incorporates what's around us, nature or city life or whatever, but it brings that back into our base chakra, and the hollow tube goes up and like a fountain, up and round and over. So this is how traditional people see the auric body. Um, we also associate life force with either love or fear. Life force, for me, is much more primal than that. It takes on the shape of animals. It takes on the shape of nature. Um, when we're in our primal brain, we're actually in our reptilian brain, which is more animal, animistic. It's that type of thing. So the shape of our energy is not just based on love or fear. Yes, fear makes us contract, love makes us expand, but it's more than that. It's actually, do you associate with a certain animal uh, clan, with an animal type, bird, four-legged? Are you closely linked to trees? Are you more a water person? You see yourself associated with fish, with crabs, with dolphins. Crabs sounds good, sounds bad. Um, but what do you associate your energy with, or is it another person? Do you live in the shadow of another person? Do you associate life force with things like money, with human-made objects, or like human designs? So the aura can take many shapes and forms. But getting back to the point is, are you in a state of fear or in a state of love with any one of those things? Are you afraid of leopard? Are you afraid that the leopard will kill you? Yeah, that's a healthy thing. You need that. But at the same time, that fear, can you turn it into love, or can you see the side of love that is actually a power animal? It's meant to infuse you with power, with courage, with making a bold stand, and working for your food, hunting for your sustenance or the sustenance of your children. So we need to look at love and fear within all things and then see, okay, if I fear something, by definition, I also love it and I also revere it. A relationship won't, with another person, it won't really sustain you or the other person if it's all love and light, if it's all color and beauty. It's got to have an element of fear in it, like, oh, they can leave me any moment. Oh, they can reject me. Oh, but they can refuse to meet my vital needs that I trust them to meet or to help meet. The same for love. Do we look at love when we love something? When we love the books, the bookshelf, do we also fear that, oh, but my eyesight won't be good enough to read them? I won't be able to remember all these books, all the information, the vital information that keeps my world in place. I love these books, but would they actually feed me? Would they give me food in my mouth? So there's a component of fear there as well. So I'm going to leave you with that. Love and fear. Not love and light, love and fear. And may we all continue to grow in how we view life and our belief system. Remember, your belief system, the energy that goes out from there, colors not only your aura but also your physical manifestation, your physical embodiment. So what you believe is like a donut, goes in and out from your crown, and it meets your base chakra, in other words, your tribal existence, your physical matter down below, and then the current goes up again. So upward is the liberation current, and downward is the manifesting current, but it also goes like a donut around the body, up and around and in through the base. Okay, I hope you've learned something from this. I hope